Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I have great news because we have now the PlayStation 5 Pro update in Space Marine or for Space Marines 2. And if you haven't played this game so far, then in my opinion it is about time because this game is worth to play in my opinion. And if you have a PlayStation 5 Pro, then you can now enjoy the best version of this game. But as always, before we really start, do me a very big favor. Please like, share and subscribe. I would much appreciate it. And now let's talk about the update for the PlayStation 5 Pro. And in this video, we are focusing on the performance mode on the base PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro. And according to the developer, we have now an increasement of the internal resolution. So instead of rendering the game between 720 up to 1080p on the base PlayStation 5, we have now a resolution between 1080p and 1440p on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And the best news is that instead of FSR, we are now using on the PlayStation 5 Pro PSSR to upscale the picture. And I know what you're going to say, oh my god, why they're using PSSR? We have now a worse version than before. And no, you're absolutely not correct, because they actually did a very good job, and I'm not sure if we are already talking about a newer version of PSSR, or maybe the engine is more PSSR friendly, let's say it like this, because I have the feeling this is one of the best implementations what I have seen so far. So usually when we have PSSR in use, there's a lot of noise or grain in the picture. So this is what I experienced doing all my testing with different PlayStation 5 Pro games. But here it is actually very hard to spot any additional noise in the picture. So it's almost clean. It's perfect actually, almost. So in my opinion, there's no doubt about that PSSR is just working very, very well. And yes, I know in the still picture it is very hard actually to see a big difference because the resolution change is not that much. But I think we can spot that there is a higher resolution on the PlayStation 5 Pro even in still pictures. The big difference is actually when you play the game, when there is motion, because then PSSR is clearly the winner.
Steady fire! Don't overheat! For artillery! Space Marine. Suppress them!
But just to make this clear, it is not like a day and night difference. And if you don't have a very good screen TV or monitor and a big screen TV or monitor, then of course it is hard to tell the difference. But I can see the difference, especially in motion. When you play the game with PSSR on the PlayStation 5 Pro, the whole game is just cleaner, looks sharper, and it's in general a little bit clearer in my opinion. So it looks like also that the contrast, even with the same brightness, contrast and picture settings in general, the picture looks a little bit better to me. If this is an effect of PSSR, or maybe they changed something in terms of how the picture looks like on a PlayStation 5 Pro, I don't know. I can just tell you the PlayStation 5 Pro version is, in my opinion, the better one.
Do not stop moving.
But what about performance? And if you remember, or if you watched my last video about Space Marines 2 just a couple of weeks ago, where I compared the base PlayStation 5 with the unpatched PlayStation 5 Pro version, then yeah, you know actually what you can expect, because not much has changed in regards of performance. I actually think it is more or less the same. So because it's very hard to compare a dynamic game like that, but again, we are not talking about a fixed 60 FPS experience. We are far away, even on the PlayStation 5 Pro, to have a fixed 60 FPS experience. So this game requires VRR to have a good experience.
My lord, intelligence reports multiple swarms closing in.
Direct us to them.
Sending coordinates to your Auspex display.
Tyranids. Leave not one of them standing.
And especially during this test sequence, we can actually see that there is still an issue with the performance, even on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And the reason is not that the PlayStation 5 Pro has a weak GPU. No, the problem is CPU in this case, because yeah, that's why the PlayStation 5 Pro can't keep up. This game is very CPU hungry, and that's why we dip below 60 FPS very often. So this is unfortunately, even with PSSR, not resolvable. This will be resolved, hopefully, with the PlayStation 6. Okay, what is my summary now about the PlayStation 5 Pro update? Yes, there is a clear, visible improvement, in my opinion, when you have a big screen, when you have a proper screen, and when you're not sitting too far away, because otherwise it is of course hard to spot the difference. But I'm sitting around 1.8 meters away from my 65-inch LG G4, and I can see a difference between the base PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, especially in motion, okay, when you play the game. Still pictures is always a little bit, hard actually, because the internal resolution was not as much improved as you would need it to see actually a big improvement, okay? But thanks to PSSR is just much better when it comes to motion, when it comes to movement, when it comes to playing the game, because PSSR is not as blurry as FSR. So this is the biggest improvement, and I think that's the main the main improvement actually what we need in a game, because we like to play a game, we just don't want to look at still pictures. And again, the PlayStation 5 Pro version delivers here on a great level, in my opinion. So let me know what you think about the improvement. Let me know what you think about the game. And if you like this video, please leave me a like and share and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I see you guys next time. Bye.